What are you putting in place as obedience? Because you all have identified to be obedient and you all have identified with the Labour Party. What are you putting in place to ensure that what happened in Imo State will not happen in Edo State? That will be the question part of it. And the contributor part of it will be that what modalities would you all put in place, putting away your personal interest and bringing together all your skills, exposures, education, zeal, vision, mission to make sure that this flag is given to one of you whom you and everyone must have identified and vetted to be a true obedient. Because the worst thing that can happen to Edo State is to let what happened, for instance, in Imo State happen to Edo State. So this is a point where every one of you need to also work collectively just for one particular vision. And that will be my contribution. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anders. Thank you for your question. Before the answer the question, I think we should take one or two speakers. And please, I would like to indulge all of us to just stick to time. At least we are going for 2 minutes right now. So because of the time cap, I'm going to hear Ehis. I think Ehis, right?
That's right. Yes,
yeah,
please.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Greetings, everyone, and I'm actually happy to be on this space because I'm actually from Edo State as well, and I've heard every one of the aspirants speak, and I just want to say here that I wish them well. But most importantly, I want to put a question to every one of them, which happens to be that they are all in diaspora, which myself, I'm also in diaspora. But one thing I know for sure that when we usually come into a country, like a foreign country, the first thing we want to target is our papers, which I believe every one of you here will agree with me, papers. So you can see what the deputy governor of Lagos State is facing currently, who, because he swore an allegiance to the US, which is normal, if not for the fact that he contested for governorship, because he wanted to be a citizen, So to all the aspirants, are you all a whatever past country you live in, are you a citizen of that country? And if you are a citizen of that country, is it against the are you supposed to can you tell us right here and now that you are a citizen or not a citizen, so we can hold that against you in the future, that hey, right here you said you were not a citizen and you said you know what I mean? So just to clarify that part, since we are all here right now to kind of weigh into the aspirant, because we don't want a situation whereby we vote in somebody and the next thing they dig out that information and it's being used against that person. But you have to be honest with us right now. So that's for that, okay? Then the next thing I want to bring to the attention of all the aspirants is that, I haven't really heard about any of them. I don't know if I missed that point, but any of them talking about the court rivals in Edo State. The killings between, this one is not headsmen now or bandits. This is courtists, young people fighting and killing each other and counting scores. 5-7-1. Like, these are human scores now, they are counting as scores. So what do you have in place to actually kind of engage? I know you might have some stuff, but particularly that particular court rival, that fight is very important. How do you solve that problem? That's one. That's two, rather. Then I see people dropping something. I don't know if I'm speaking again, but I'm speaking fact here, So I don't see why you're bringing the Tom's name down. What I'm speaking are facts. Then another thing I also want to bring, just to highlight some few things which I believe the aspirant will also take note of. Okay, I see. You see me. I'll just hold on for now and wait for to speak further. But I had a few more things to say. But I will just, since you're raising your hand, I'll just keep mute for now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Those are quite technical questions. Okay, we will take just one speaker and then we cycle back to the aspirants so they could, answer the questions. Think because we already taken three speakers already. Liberty Champion, right? So okay, let's hear.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is. Thank
you.
you. All protocols observed. Mine will be very short. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, we can go on.
Thank you very much. Now, I want to ask a rejoinder question to Anden is better. Anden is the structure. Sorry, my dear sister. To all the aspirants, I'm sure you all have read the recent European EOM report on the just concluded election in Nigeria. And one of the recommendations is the fact that the female participation is, if anything, is totally absent in the Nigerian context. Now, historically, Edo State has been known to produce a lot of credible women of substance, notably Professor Grace Alele of note, and so many others. How committed or willing are the aspirants, all the aspirants together, willing to come together to say, on this occasion, we will put our weight behind searching for credible female candidate for Labour Party ticket in Edo State? How ready are all the aspirants willing to commit to that if it comes to that? Because one of the things mentioned is, are we all going to put our weight behind someone credible, someone obedient? And we know Edo State has been ruled for many years by a man. And it's a travesty that with the level of education, the population of female on the electoral register, even till today, you men are still there championing your own cause. Will you aspirants now commit today, here and now, that if peradventure your own bid fails, you will actively put your weight behind a female credible candidate and possibly be willing to serve as a deputy to that female candidate? Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you for that question. So we'll circle back to our aspirant right now. I think the first person, Chief MD, I think he's raising his hands also. So please, I will appreciate if you can just, keep the time cap. We are running up soon. Thank you.
All right. I will just take the last question first before addressing the three further questions. Yeah, number one, anything the EU say we should take with a grain of salt because we're an independent nation. However, there's a lot of element of truth as regards to the observation of the last election that we agree to. We're an independent nation. We're our own credible thinker. As regards to women candidates, well, it would be a beauty of me to say I would support a woman candidate over my own candidacy because I believe that I'm also running, but that does not discredit any woman credibility to run. I would support any woman. If I win or lose, I would support any good candidate because it's about equality. Equality does not define by any standard that we should promote one and diminish the other. Equality means equal access. I will not deny a woman an opportunity to run or deny a man in the absence in the support of a woman. No, if the woman is the best person, I would support in any capacity. Either as even a president, not just a governor or a senator or a chairman of the House of Rep or whatever. I would support. Having said that, one thing we should also realize that the idea of entitlement should be eradicated across all board. That is a Milocon time, it's a woman time, it's a man time, it's a child time, it's a black time, it's a white time, it's whatever. It should be eradicated in our thinking because the quality of the person will be diminished. If you're a woman win because we all say it's a woman, does that make that woman the most credible person? No. So that aside, let me go back to the other question. The first question is, what do you have on ground so that the situation in Imo State do not happen in Edo State? This is where I say the supremacy of the party is essential. The election itself is conducted by the party. Now, if the obedient don't get engaged, don't get involved and be part of the party, the same thing will happen. They would choose the person that give them the most money. And that is when we have a money bag politics. To his credit, the national chairman have come out and declared that money will not be the prerequisite of or the yardstick of who become the candidate in Edo State, which we mostly appreciate. But we should be very careful of that, because if to avoid what happened in Imo State is for us, all of us, both in the diaspora and local in Nigeria, to get involved from our own local government to our own local ward to our own state and across the board. I also went to my local government, to my village, started my campaign in the house of my grandfather. I registered there. I become a member of my local ward in Esa Northeast, Ward 7. So that is what we need to do. And in addressing the court rivalry in Edo State, this is what we do. Edo State governor get 950 million naira every month for security challenges in Edo State. Nobody know what it does. I have in my own policy. I'm appealing to the host here, because the question is a policy question. So please let me just address that on the policy grant. I've dedicated in my own policy. I have a policy draft to do every month to have 3 senatorial, which I called the special task force, and the 3 senatorial district of averagely of about 5,000 per senatorial district, with 100 million every month as their salary. They will be the highest paid team of task force. They go after terrorism, and they also go after the court situation in Edo State. But this is it. Those youth are jobless. Some are in university, they are educated, jobless people. We are graduating people into the society, into graduate job seekers. That's why I have the microfinance loan. After you have 2 years of college qualification, you'll be given a microfinance loan of 1 million naira with about maximum 5% payback in 3 years. If you have somebody who is the mechanic.
Sorry, I'm very, very sorry for cutting you short, sir. Like Big Mark and Isimeme said before, we are going to be hosting a space, where we get to invite each person for, at least you have a lot of time to reel out your, plans and everything. And most especially, we are just trying to make sure we don't, cross the line of trying to, campaign at this time. So we just have to be careful with that. And thank you. I think you've probably hit most of the major.
Just a quick recap. Apologies, I wasn't trying to campaign, because the question was a policy question. So I was trying to address it from a policy perspective, rather than giving you platitude and cherry picking soundbite. So this is what I was saying about. It's not, you should focus on what individual candidate wants to do and how they want to do it. But you, the host, I will gladly yield the mic and still step aside. But please, I hope in the future we can discuss in a granular, detailed perspective on policy intent, goal achievement process. Thank you very much. I yield the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, like I already said before, like Big Mac said it before, we are going to be hosting spaces whereby we're going to be inviting each candidate, and I think that you have enough time to speak to people and real out your plans and everything. So, without further ado, I think I will want to hear from Stephen and then Mr. Benjamin, and so we can keep the space going, because we will be closing, I think, in 30 minutes at most. So thank you very much, Mr. Stephen.
Thank you. To answer my sister, Liberty Champion, hi. Your question is a very, very tough one. But I love when I see women taking the leadership. And I haven't played a very small role in the obedient movement. I've seen what women have done in this movement. So I am championing more women to get into leadership position, leadership politics. So I am one for the women to get involved. So Liberty Champion, count me in. I would definitely like to work with women, absolutely. Even our principal, Peter Obi, he said women tend to be less corrupt. Pardon me for saying that, but that's what he said. I quoted him. So yes, good idea. To the point on Imo State era, I think what we are doing here did not happen in any other state, which is proving that Edo State is really the capital of the obedient movement. This is not happening anywhere else. And this will be an example for us to take to other states. We are not even quite close to the primaries, but we're already doing our own obedience. I love it. It's good. So we'll learn from it. What happened in Imo State cannot happen in Edo State. There's a saying in Edo no be Lagos. Edo no be Owerri, no be Imo. They know if you try that thing. That thing we happen for we not happen for it. Do not try. They know. Labour Party know. So don't worry. Edo is different. So I think I've answered the two. What was the last one? But let me just, because of time, stop there so far. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Okay, Mr. Benjamin,
Mr. Steven, Mr. Steven. Sorry, Peter.
Oh, sorry, sorry, Mr. Stevie. I'm mistaken you for what was it called? So I don't want to mention the name though. Mr. Benjamin, please, if you're there, thank you.
Thank you. For the sake of clarification and for record purposes, this space is being recorded and monitored, which might be used against any of us in the public opinion and also in the court of law. My name is Benjamin Mayor Marco Yamedan. I'm not campaigning. As at this very moment I am talking, I'm an aspirant who is aspiring to become the governor of Edo State. I'm still making my consultation. I'm following due process and I'm following the guidelines. I'm not telling you that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. All I'm asking you, cross-check me, verify me, support me, and nominate me. That is for the record. Madam Liberty, you asked a very, very tough and straight question, the way it was just doing you in your heart. I also want you to know, one of the company I have in Nigeria, and I have 87 staff. The 87 staff, I have 52 women. So I just want you to know that 52 women are working there. Although the job actually requires women in most of these positions, but I can tell you, since these women are the one handling most of the vital and key roles in that company, I hardly call sometimes. They just drop weekly report to me through email, and I believe them. Although I see everything, how things have been transported and all that online, I can tell you the issue of adding women to our government and our administration and in terms of making policies and all that is something you can count on. Dog not to give birth to snake. So if Peter Obi have always been a man who always talk about giving women a chance and all that, you should believe that most of us who are his product will also learn to follow that footstep. That is for that. My dear brother from the other side, you asked a very, very sensitive question, which I will decide that we'll leave it that way. Like I said, I am the correct convener, and I am the convener of it is you to clot. It is you to clock mantra. That is the Do 2024 mantra. It is you to clock. You know what that means. The issue going on in Edo State is something that have been going on. I would just advise for the sake of security agency to keep handling it. Let those of us who are still outside of the government continue to look and allow the security agency to do their best job. Thank you and God bless you.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you for that brief submission, Mr. Benjamin, for answering the question. Okay, Sarah, it's like you want to say something, right? So let's hear from you. Then we'll go to Lizzie.
Yeah, real quick, my brother. Wait. Please do check your DM. Isimeme, please do check your DM. And I just want to ask a simple question, and I would like the aspirants here to respond in a minute. Council election is coming up in those states September 2nd. Are you all aware? And if you are aware, what are you doing in that regard to make sure that we secure those, those going for councillorship and local government election, so that it won't be as that of the one that played out in the House of Assembly election. You all know what is going on, the litigations and the stress and even the trauma. Because personally for me, I've been going to court, because of Mr. Derrick case. So thank you. If you will respond in a minute, please, just a minute because of time.
Can I come in?
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Okay.
You have the
Okay, Steve, go on. Steve, I think you're the first, right?
Oh, Benjamin,
yeah,
please go ahead.
Steve.
Sorry, don't mind my manners. After Benjamin, I'll go on.
The issue of local government election in Edo State is a very tough one. It's coming at the right direction where everyone needs to prove his or her strength because the local government election in Edo State is like a gateway to the Osadebe Avenue. So our performance at the local level will determine what our strength is going to look like when the Edo State gubernatorial election actually comes up. I don't want to start divulging what I've been doing. Like you guys know, I'm a very reserved person when it comes to the issue of who you have helped and what you have done for people. I just allow the people to speak. For that, I want you guys to be rest assured that I'll be doing a lot, and there are some other special program that I put in place that will be conducted by myself. You guys are going to be seeing that in a few weeks' time. I'm not just like somebody said that those who are present here, they are mostly in diaspora. I'm not living in diaspora, my dear brothers. My family are here. That's the reason why I still visit them. Just try to go. I just came back from Nigeria last 2 months, and I will be going back very soon. And that is for that. So we're going to be on ground. We'll make sure our people win the election. We'll help them to campaign. But there are other special programs that we have put in place to help them. And, I'm just an individual. I'm a little organization. So as I begin to do that, you guys will begin to see it. And I'm just trying to do it in a very cordial manner that people will think you are giving to Mr. A, you are not giving to Mr. B. And I am not a transactional politician or rather money back politician, so I will just do the best I can. And I also want us to know that is now I want to say this: let the heaven will not fall. It is not everybody in Labour Party who are actually vying. When I see you vying for every post, we have to vet everybody who are going there before we can actually render them our assistance. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Steve, you were in the comments, so just please briefly, 1 or 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we'll try our best to understand the time. So for me, I have spoken. So Sarah, thank you for that question. Very important. I believe that the foundation to get Edo 2024 successfully is what's going on at the local, the council and chairman level. So I've spoken with a lot of them and also engaged and also working on materials for them, and I will be on ground to campaign with them. We must win those seats. It's very critical. So they have my full commitment in every way that I can, and that we can actually take collective effort. So I won't elaborate in terms of numbers, but I'm working with every single one of them. I'll be meeting some of them later this weekend as well. So yes, we are in there. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Davis. Please, Mr. M, Chief M, if you're there, please, just 1 or 2 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Like the first speaker said, I don't want a situation where I'm giving some and I'm not giving some. Obviously, I'm supporting every Labour candidate across the board. When the election was moved from June 6th this year to further, I think in September now or something, I've donated to some. And I'm still looking at all this as well, how viable in terms of committed they are to the project of Labour Party and to the project of governing. So I have my own individual district leader and ward leader and local government leader and stuff like that who are recommending candidates for me to support, and I'm doing. And if I don't think a candidate is viable, have a cogent focus, every one of them, I say interview them. It's not giving them millions that matters. Even if it's a pound, a flyer, a poster, it has to go to the right person. Because they're in Labour Party does not mean I have to support them. I have to support them because they have good ideas, good principle, good integrity to govern righteously. So I would donate to anyone. If anyone would think there's credible person, please reach out to me who is running councillor, chairman, or whatever. Reach out to me. I will be happy to donate, support, or even help fundraise. I will also be happy to follow them and campaign with them, regardless if I'm on their poster or not. If they believe in Labour Party principle and the person of integrity and honor, yes, I will stand with every one of them. Thank you, Ayido. And furthermore, can I just say, please, can I just kindly take my leave from this platform? I want to thank the host for allowing me to speak and express myself, though very cautiously guided. I want to thank every participant of this platform, most especially my co-running candidate. I would say personally, I'm extremely proud for every one of you present. Those of you who are not, those other candidates who are not here today, I'm also extremely proud that they're running. I'm not going to impute their intention, their integrity, or their character of why they're running. I believe we all want the best for Edo State. I believe we're all good people. I believe every one of the people on this platform are good people. And I believe for that reason, I believe the best of Edo are the ones or the very best of those, the one that is eventually going to come out and be the winner. And I'm hoping every one of us will support me when I become the winner. And I'll take everybody on board, those contesting and as well, into the administration. God bless you all. I love what you're doing, guys. I really do appreciate what you're doing. Please indulge me and let me kindly take my leave if you don't mind. Host and the platform, please. Is it okay if I take my leave now, please?
Thank you very much. Yeah, of course, we appreciate your time so far, and we hope when we call you later, you can, be available to give your time for us to us, and we appreciate your time so far.
I'm always ready and available for you. I give you my word. Thank you.
Please also remember we'll be having a meeting tomorrow, so please, I would be happy if you can make yourself available. I think that will really go. Would be great to have you around too. Thank you very much, sir.
Please
for the time.
send me a text, send me a message, a link, or whatever. Please send just to kind of remind me. I'm terribly busy. I'll be traveling between Benin and Uromi tomorrow. So please kindly send me a text and I will make sure I make myself available. So I give you my word. Anytime you need me, I will be available to discuss both on policy and both on substance and both as ideology or philosophy of governing. In practical terms, it will be the greatest honor to come back to this platform to share my ideas.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you
God
very
bless
much.
everybody. God bless the Edo Light. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I think Lazy S, right? So I think we have to hear from you, and then we circle back to Dr. Owen, and then the conversation going. Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Standing on the existing protocol. My question is, we learn every day. Judging from what happened in the last presidential election, we having a local government election coming up in next month or in a few weeks from now. Now, and you just like the federal government, the state government organizes the local government elections. So, what are the modalities? What have been put in place to checkmate the kind of thing that happened during the presidential elections? So that those are candidates contesting, vying for various local government chairmanship positions, chairmanship and councillorship positions. Just experience the same thing that happened during the last presidential elections. That's my question.
Okay, thank you, Lazy S. And before we go back to the aspirant, I think we have to hear from Dr. Owen and okay, and one other person. Then we circle back again. Thank you very much. Please, Dr. Owen, if you're there.
Wakoyo, good evening to everyone from this side. Okay, so thanks. I stand on all existing protocol. Thanks to the host, the co-host, and everybody on this space. It's been an interesting one. Okay, so first, I have two questions, but before I get to my two questions, Edo State is zoned to the north, the south, and Edo Central, right? Full disclaimer, by the way, I'm a proper Benige. I'm from Edo South, right? I've always believed that as humans, and I maintain it and I say it all the time, that first of all, as humans, right, we must promote equity, fairness, and justice, right? And we must uphold these tenets at all times. And there's a general yearning in Edo State because since 2007, Edo State has never produced a legitimate being the key word, governor right from Edo Central. So there's a general yearning that the governorship ticket should be zoned to Edo Central in the 2024 elections. Now, moving on, when we're talking about leadership and we're talking about governance, I believe that the things that we're most concerned with is, integrity, capacity, competence, credibility, track record, and things like that. So, my first question is this. And my questions go to the aspirants. What are your thoughts about the governorship ticket going to Edo Central? And please, of course, this is not an Emilocon situation. I'm talking about the general yearning or the general yearnings of the Edo public. What are your thoughts about this ticket being zoned to Edo Central? And that's, of course, if we get a candidate who has verifiable track records and all of the other things that I talked about regarding governance. The second question would be, if we identify a candidate who is from Edo Central, will other aspirants who are not from Edo Central be willing to drop from the race and back the candidate that we all identify as being credible and being able to serve the Edo public? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Owen. And I think that's a very, very interesting question that you've posed. And we'll be looking forward to what the aspirants have to say about that. But I will have to take just one speaker before we go to them. I think Chris, let's hear from you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the mic. Am I clear and audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris. Both friends from Edo State, Igor Ben, local government to be precise, Lagos born and bred. I'm currently speaking from Canada, and I work tech. I wanted to careful the question I asked to the aspirants so that I don't get them campaigning all over again. So I'm going to go by this way. I'm going to tell you what pissed me off the most in my short time as an undergraduate in my state. And then I'm going to ask the aspirants what pissed them off the most throughout their experience being an Edolite, living in Edo State, and seeing firsthand what's happening in the state. So, earlier on, someone was talking about cultism, and I saw some persons throwing thumbs down. And I'm going to tell you that one of the things that pissed me off was cultism, and how it was so pervasive. I have a very funny experience, and I'm going to share it. A kid who couldn't be more than 13 years old at the time dusted me down and tongue-lashed me. He was hawking pineapple. And what happened was my fault. He walked within the school campus, and I was making a transaction with him when my phone rang, and it was my mom who was calling, and I had to speak to my mom, and I forgot that I was doing the transaction. By the time I got back, this kid tongue lashed me. And I was really sorry, and I gave him extra change for that. Guess what? I followed a friend to, you know how it was being a student in this and you have burials and stuff, and then you attend with friends. I saw this kid with a bottle of beer, drinking it happily with elderly people around that kid. And I'm not even going to say much. You know, I just wanted to put that out there and let you understand that you couldn't detach the discussion of the future of the state without addressing the issue of alcohol usage, drugs, and cultism. You could not do that. And I just want this to be at the back of the mind of the aspirants. Okay, that really pissed me off, amongst other things, including lack of modern infrastructure. And underline that word, modern. I had a problem with how structures were erected. I always ask myself the question, are we shying away from building a new Benin City? I was speaking to one of the aspirants privately in the chat, and I was like, do we have a coastal line? And then he said, yes. In maybe another day, I'm going to share why I asked that question. But at the back of the mind of the aspirant, I just wanted to think about this. It's a very serious issue. So, having said that, I have a lot of things that piss me off. I'm not going to go on. Maybe as we host this space every other day, I'm going to start mentioning them one by one just for content. So for the aspirants, just tell me what pisses you off the most from the Edo State you've known all your life, and then we can go from there. Thank you.
We have back to the aspirant because I think we've gotten to people who ask questions right now, and seeing that Mrs. Laurentia, I think she just joined us again, so I think we'll have to start from her. Madam, please, if you're there, just kindly unmute and please, if you can answer the questions. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Can we hear me?
Audible, yeah. You're audible, please. Go on.
All right. Thank you. Apologies. I had to go into another meeting for the presidential, Peter Obi presidential campaign meeting. When I came back, I tried to get the general gist that was happening. And I think at that time, I just heard Liberty talking about gender gap. And the EOM recommendation, as well as the error of Imo State. Am I right? Because I got those ones. I want to say and start from the last one, which is concur with the gentleman who spoke about cultism. It's a very sad thing that we have a wanton waste of life. And it's something we have to look into. As a mother, I think it's one of the worst things that could happen. And we have to look into that. I do have a policy on that, but I'm not going to disclose that now. We'll have time for that. In terms of the gender gap, I personally am looking at this in the same light vis-a-vis the move for Eastern Central. I honestly am of the opinion that everybody seeking an agitation has the right to do that. I'm actually of that opinion. If you are saying this is the turn of Asian Central, it's fine. If people are saying it's the turn of a woman, let's bridge the gender gap, it's also fine. I am of the opinion that no one agitation is more important than the other. However, what is most important is the issue of capacity, competence, empathy, and a track record for excellence. Use the same yardstick for everybody. That's what we're asking. We are not saying make special arrangements for any tribe or any gender. Now, with respect to Imo not happening again, I think we are on track here. What we are doing in Edo State now, Imo did not do. So it is clear that the obedience of Edo State understand the meaning of engagement and the meaning of holding the party leadership to be transparent, and accountable. And we've started it. They will have to follow these trackways. And I'm happy that the national chairman said that they're not going to be incentivized. They're not going to be looking at ethnicity, tribalism, whatever you want to call it. They want the best candidate to win. So I think they also have learned from the issues in Imo, and we are also going to push it from our own side. Because whether we like it or not, followership dictates what leadership does. So these are very important points we want to take away, and I don't want to embezzle the time too much at all. But just to talk about the local governments and the other councillors, personally, I have been engaging in the field, actively had meetings with them. I cannot at this point in time disclose the action points from those meetings, but they do know that they are a critical part in this whole election, and we understand that. So we're doing that. And with the Loretta Initiative, we've been in the grassroots. So thank you, everyone, for today. Thank you for this space. We hope that it continues. Thanks to others great sons and daughters of Edo State, who are taking the places at the table to gun for the top job of the state. It is a blessing that we have so many great minds. I'm humbled to be amongst these great minds this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam. Thank you, Madam Lawrence. I think we really appreciate your time also here. And without wasting much time, I think we have at least the next 30 minutes. We should be done with the space because we are over time already. And we'd like to hear from you, Mr. Benjamin and Mr. Stevie. I think please I would just plead with you guys to just at least 2 minutes at most, so we can take questions. At least 2 people questions for the next 30 minutes. So please let's go. Thank you very much. So Mr. Benjamin, if you're there, please just let's hear from you.
Okay, I think I should be the next speaker, right?
Yeah, you are, sir. You are. Please.
Oh, thank you so much. I will first of all address my dear sister, Dr. Owen. When you mentioned equity, fairness, and justice, I also want us to understand that it's not just because somebody is coming from a particular region, and even when the person have a criminal record, and the person is not stable and he cannot be trusted, they should be allowed to become the governor of Edo State. And I also understand and agree with you on the fact that you made mention that the person more have to possess the 3 C's, which is the character, competence, and compassion for the people. That is for that. Let us not look at the odds, who the odds favor and who is not favoring. But actually, for us to be frank with ourselves, we cannot take that away from politics. If we begin to agree with ourselves, we should be able to understand that the development of Edo State is paramount and is sacrosanct, that Edo State should move forward. I can tell you that you guys should nominate and support me because I'm from the side that is being favored, which is the Esan, which is the Esaland, the Edo Central. And at the end of the day, I would have performed, which is not going to be good. But that is the reason why I'm telling you, let us leave the issue of where we are from. We'll get to that point later. The issue of zoning is an issue that have been thrown to me several times. A lot of people have reached out to me on the personal ground to ask me, we know that it favors you. Is that the reason why you are running? How do you want to present this case to the general public? Will people not see you playing the card of Emilio Con and all that? I told them, with God's willing, God will give me the wisdom to continue to go around it. The people who are agitating for that the ticket should be given to the Eastern people, which are our father, our traditional rulers, and our community organizers. We cannot educate them more than what we have done, and that we cannot take away from them. My dad is one of the most, he's the eldest person in 6 communities where I came from. And when he was interviewed with a local TV last week, we heard that your son is going to be joining the hallways. How do you see it? Do you think this, that? My dad was very straightforward. And he said his son is here to bring his manifesto home. By the time for campaign start, then they will answer that. So that is for that, madam. Let us first of all face the primary, then we'll know how to go for it. For the sake of time, I always like following the time. And for every other question, I want us to be rest assured that whenever I'm called upon, my day of invitation, I will be fully here and I'll prepare myself to answer everybody. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Benjamin. Thank you for that submission. I think we have 7 minutes more to go, and in that 7 minutes, please, I would like to plead with you, Mr. Stephen, to just do 2 minutes from the 7, so we can actually probably take 1 or 2 questions from the 5 minutes we have left. Thank you very much, please.
No, well, who am I to complain? I'm grateful to you, Wealth, for the time. Straight to the point. I believe that the question my sister asked, alternate 12, my sister asked a very key question. It is sensitive, so let's not talk about it, push it aside. It's very valued, but the challenge we have is that I think in 2023, I haven't gone through what we just went through in the past 11 plus months, 12 months, almost 12 months now. It is not right to pander to tribe, where you are from, language. Even our principal kept saying everywhere he went, don't vote for me because I'm Igbo, don't vote for me because it's my turn. Actually, he said, and I quote, it's nobody's turn. It is the turn of the Nigerian people. And I will echo my principal here. Edo State has not benefited anything from any side, whether it's from South, Central, or North. Nobody. Go to South, Edo South, where I'm from. If you go to Wunde, it's all bush. No government presence. Go to Oriomo, all bush. Go to Iguabazua, all bush. Benin City are crying. Nobody has benefited anything. So it is nobody's turn. It is the turn of Edo people and Nigerians by extension. Because beyond Edo indigenes, there are residents that are from everywhere. It's time for a new chapter. Labour Party has never had a position. So let the party decide. I will defer to that. But I just wanted to echo that it is indeed a new chapter. We're calling for a new direction. So let us start on a new slate, a new way of thinking, a new governance that will really work for those people, so that it will not be as if people can always pander to that equity, fairness, and justice. Is becoming a buzzword. We need to run away from it because it does turn people that disagree off. But I respect that position. And I hope we can come to a consensus that we need to emphasize the 5 C's: character, competence, credibility, commitment, and capacity has to be the watchword, unless we are not following Peter Obi. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen. Thank you very much. We have just 4 minutes to go, and please, if we are going to be calling upon you, we just want you to just ask your question at least in 1 minute, and I think we don't want to tally more. So I think we have Alero of Nigeria here. Is it Alaro?
Alaro of Nigeria. Can you hear me?
Thank you very much. Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you very much. Please just
okay. I'll make it as short as possible. Okay, thanks a lot. It's been a while. I've been on the program for some time. I love Edolites, and I'm a Lagosian, and you guys deserve the spotlight you're getting. You've worked for it. Why is Edo the catalytic factor of the obedient movement? Without you guys, there's no movement. This is a fact. And I want you guys to know that and to take it with pride. Why a diasporan aspirant for Edo people? Because the diaspora started this movement, and the diasporans that did that were Edolites. This is why. And you can get it right. We are with you all across Nigeria. And by that saying, I love what you guys are doing on this space today, because I've been looking for a space in this direction for some time. I've never seen it. And I was just totally excited when you guys did this today. I don't have much followers, only 6,000 plus. If you would love for me to co-host, reach out to me. If not, it's okay. I will be on the space anytime you want to do it. Something is going on today in Nigeria, and it needs the attention of the Edo people that have really driven this force. Leadership means a lot in Nigeria. The youth, more than 60% of Nigeria, that are being brain drained to other societies across the world. We need to stop it. You guys can get it right by what you are doing and by what will happen in 2024. What happened in 2023, we will get our mandate back, God willing. What will happen in 2024 is something you guys must not let go. All of us across Nigeria, we are watching. Edo is not alone. Much love, one Nigeria. God bless. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Lero. Thank you for those encouraging, or should I say motivational words. So it's great hearing from you. And I think our brother Saro is here. I think probably taking notes. He might reach out, so just watch out for that. We really appreciate your encouragement. It goes a long way. Okay. We have, I think, Adamu. So let's hear from you, please, briefly. Briefly, we are already over time already, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. Please go on.
Okay, briefly, I want to use the opportunity to thank everyone for the aspirant that wants to govern Edo. I just want to use this opportunity to tell you guys that it's work. It's not like it's a piecemeal. They will come into Osadebe Avenue to come and rest. There's quite a lot of work to be done. The state is in a mess, from the local government level down to the state level. If you look at the road network in Edo State, they are virtually not passable. If you want to get into Edo State today, if you are coming in through the Benin Ugbawa Lagos Express Road, just before you get to Ovia River from Lagos, it's virtually impassable. You spend like 5 hours before you navigate. If you are coming through Ovia side, Okada has it, it's same thing. If you are coming through Auchi, you want to pass through Auchi to get to Benin, it's same thing. The Ekpoma side of the road is cut off. If you want to bypass that back side in Ekpoma, and you now want to transition from Iruekpen to Ozala Inowa East to Afuze to Uwomora or Aziz, the road is critically bad, unpassable right now as we currently speak. Then, if you want to navigate the state through Delta State, through Saple Road in Benin City, it's virtually you can't actually even pass through that Aziz. So the only road, the only medium that is accessible for you to come into Edo State, especially Benin City, is through the airport. Now, the issues are clear. The state, there is no, let me tell you, there are no funds. They will tell you, we don't really, even in 2024, we don't have the money that can actually solve our developmental challenges. Even if we call cost of governance, even if the governor strike, he uses one convoy, with the deteriorating condition of our state, we don't really have the funding. Now, as governorship aspirant, what you guys should My question is, how are you guys going to raise funds? How are you guys going to reach out to developmental partners to see collaborations, to see private instituting private public partnership, PPP arrangement for infrastructural development of the state? For the past 8 years, no single farmers in Edo State have actually benefited from any federal program, be it ANCO's borrowers program and all of that. Look at the other farm settlement in Northern West. It's in Kamatos. Please give me just give me some few seconds, please. Let me round up. The farm settlement in Northern West is in Kamatos, not operational. We're talking about the Anegbete farms. Bagam, nothing is happening there. Now, if you now come down to youth empowerment in the state, literally we have one of the youngest youth population in the south. If you go to Benin, go to places like Country Home, go to places like GRO, Limit Road, Saple Road, and all of those places within Benin Metropolis. You see young people dress up, nothing to do. All they do is fraud, and it gives us a bad name as a state. So what are you guys going to do to engage these young people? They are smart people, they are educated, they have degrees. For you to be able to outsmart somebody, defraud someone to send you money, it invariably means you have a talent. So what is this? What are you guys going to do? Are you not going to harness their talent towards productive means to improve the economy of the state? How are you going to link the state? Look at the state eventually. You cannot move from Auchi to Benin. You cannot move from Ekoma to Benin. So how are you guys going to raise funds? That's just my main questions. Not to just speak English. How can you raise funds for projects?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. So, please, Omoegbe, is it Omoegbe, right? Omoegbe Solomon, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Special greetings to you all. I am Solomon Omoegbe Orie, Councillor Candidate at the Law Ward for Ovia Northeast, Edo State. I have been listening to all the questions and answers regarding the gubernatorial aspirants. But one thing I must say is this. The primary is not really going to lie on who knows how to advocate the most. It's going to lie on who knows how to dance the traditional dance and the English dance. What do I mean? Who knows what to do at the appropriate time? Who has the credibility? Who has the substance? And who has the financial strength to move the motion? Presently, the local election is at hand. It is only when the local election sail through with at least a minimum of 60 to 50%, that is when the gubernatorial election will be a landslide for whosoever person that emerge. If the local election did not meet up to this percentage of 50 to 60 of the contestants, then it's going to be a hard nut to crack. Because when you have these local elections sail through, it means that the councillors and the local government chairmen are going to be, number one, first of all, they are going to be automatically be your delegates. That is number one advantage. Two, they will help you to mobilize directly in their respective wards. Just today, I attended 3 meetings, different community meetings. I know what they are asking, what they are saying. These people are the grassroots. They don't really listen to English or what you want to do or what you don't want to do. What they want to hear is that this is it and you are doing it. Some even want you to start working when you have not even won. They want you to start working. They want to see what you are doing. So my question is, how really ready are the aspirants to put these 3 key modalities in place that I have mentioned? The finance, the feasibility, and project delivery. Even before your election, you deliver some projects. How really ready are you? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muegbe Solomon. Okay, Oga Jimmy, do you want to give a submission, because we are going to be circling back right now to our aspirants for closing remarks, and then the host and co-host, and think how we should be doing that.
Yeah, sorry. I was some people just reached out to me that I apparently didn't know the contestants were more than just Mr. Stephen and Benjamin. I was away from my phone for a while, so please, if I can get the names of the remaining contestants, so I can do the background check on them. And I'll keep everybody posted on that. Someone reached out to me, so I thought I should ask the list of a comprehensive list of the contestants, all in total, so I can do the background check and send to you guys back. So I just wanted to mention that now, so people can hear that. Thank you. I yield.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Oga Jimmy. Okay, Dr. Owen, please, just briefly, so we can circle back to the aspirants, and just so that they can give their closing remark, and we can be done for the. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. This is more like defender of the universe. It's not my question. Somebody had asked a question earlier, and I think all the aspirants didn't answer it. So I think it will be good, for us to know. And the question was, if any of the aspirants on this space has dual citizenship, especially the ones in diaspora. Somebody has been asking that in the comment section, and I don't think it would be fair if we close the space without getting the answer to that question from the aspirants. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma. Thank you.
Sorry. Can I just come in here? I did see that question. Can I say there are about 15 unanswered questions that hasn't been answered this evening, and I have been taking note. I get it that everyone has a question. We sort of deviated from how the conversation started, but that's fine. But I don't want it to make it look like one person's question is more important than the rest. So I have been taking notes of all the unanswered questions. In terms of the question that's being asked, I don't know if that's appropriate at this time. I think the question we should be asking is, because saying someone has got dual nationality alone does not disqualify people from actually contesting for elections in Nigeria. There is a condition that actually determines whether or not you can contest. And my understanding, it's about being whether you've sworn allegiance. That means your dual nationality was as a result of naturalization, not by birth. So someone who was born in diaspora can, and that is my understanding. But I will leave the contestants to answer that question because you have answered it. But please note, there are 15 unanswered questions. I was hoping that when we do this space again, because I've taken note, I will bring those questions back to all the aspirants to answer.
Thank you, my sister Osime. I was actually going to say that because I saw your reply to that question. So because we're already out of time, so we'll have to push it to the next when we convene next. Please, aspirants, I would like to crave your indulgence for the timing, because you guys are going to give us your closing remark right now, and please, at least 2 minutes each. I think that would be good, so we can just be done for the night. Thank you very much. I will start from Mother Lorenta. Is she still with us here? Okay, yeah, she's with us. Please, if you're there, man, please just unmute and go on. Thank you. Okay, I don't think she's there. Please, Mr. Steven, please, just go on if you're there.
Thank you. Well, this is like a closing remark, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for everyone for doing this. Magnific dude, 1 million macro. Thank you. Edo Voice. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that has taken the time to spend your very valued weekend with us. The passion to change the direction of our state is why we are all here. At least I know for most obedient, we really want to see a working state and a working country. That is the real essence of everything we're doing. Many of the questions that we weren't able to answer, we will answer over time. Again, the campaign has really not started, so it makes sense to hold back on certain things. But I invite you to visit my website to learn more, stephenosevigie.org, and also watch my timeline. I'll be drop some information there. And thank you for the opportunity to have been here. I look forward to the next space. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Please, Mr. Benjamin, sir, if you're there, just please,
Thank you, my dear brothers and people who are present on this space. There is no need of holding anybody back this night. We need to go back to our various bed and have a night rest. Tomorrow is another beautiful Monday. Thank you, everybody that present here. The questions that are not answered directly to so many of us. The issue of the diaspora and the issue of dual citizenship and all that. We'll find time to answer it. Me, I'm that kind of person. It's not that I was dodging the question, but it's a question that wasn't thrown to me directly, but the things were thrown to the floor. We'll look for a time to answer it. And I will also urge every person that present here, where I know where you are coming from and what you're trying to say, and the councillor candidate. I think I've been doing my best, and I will be seeing you very soon face to face to us to tell you on how to support you. If you go to my website, I've long published your name and your biography there. You can easily go there and start sharing it. And since I did that, you have already gained not less than 50,000 people who have visited your profile. Just wanted to know that. So it is working, and we'll continue to do that. Madam Dr. Owen, please, those questions will be answered. And please, the host and the coordinator, Mr. Big Man, and the rest of all the host of others, I want you guys to be lenient with us. You guys should tell us the time when to be present, and we should be time conscious too. Thank you, and God bless. From my side, I want to say good night, and I wish you guys a very beautiful night rest and another beautiful Monday ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Please, Mrs. Lawrence, if you're still there. Okay, I don't think she's there.
Sorry,
okay,
Dr. Loretta, are you still on the space with us? If we can get you to give your closing remarks, please. Okay. No, I'll hand over to you.
I don't think she's with us. So, okay. I think it's been a great day so far, and I will, like all the aspirants have said, we hope when we invite you next, because we're going to have a space tomorrow to also be available to, so we can continue. Like, I know there are a lot of questions that's unanswered, so we can actually go through those. And I really appreciate everyone for taking their time to be here with us so far. Like most people have said, Edo is different. Whatever that has happened in the other state before, we are not going to take it in Edo State. I think it's high time we have to set the tune, and it's not a secret that Edo State is the heartbeat of this obedient movement. I think we have to make a statement. We have to make a statement. We have to. It shouldn't be just for us that okay, the Edo State is high, but we have to show it. And these steps we are taking is, I think this is way to actually show that we are ready. You are not going to force anybody on us. It's not business as usual. So I think at the end of the day, we just want good governance. We just want our states to work. Like I said when I started, if we all put this effort in our various states, at the end of the day, it's Nigeria that is working. If each various states are working, so we have to set the tune. So we have to make sure we don't let them. We have to let them know it's not business as usual. and that's, I think, that is very, very important. I think at this note, I will be handing over the mic to our sister Osimi and the Big Mac to, have their closing remark, and so we can be done for the day. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, my brother Welt. First of all, let me just apologize for those, because we had quite a lot of requests today that we just couldn't take. We've actually overrun by 2 hours, because we usually tend to finish about 9:30 most days when we run the space. So apologies. We saw your request, but we just couldn't take you. We do have the space tomorrow, Edo Voice at 7:30. Please reach out to Osaro, Big Mac, well, for myself, and just see if you can, find out about the space. It's Sundays and Monday, 7 p.m. Edo Voice meets. And again, just to say thank you to all the speakers and the aspirants who have joined us this evening. I think the way the space has gone is sort of deviated from what we originally sort of started off with. But again, it's good. It's always a learning opportunity. We got to know a bit about the aspirants than we did previously. So it was really good to hear from you. Thank you to the speakers. Thank you to all those who asked questions. Again, I will apologize. We've not been able to take all your questions, but because I was aware of it, I started taking notes down right from the beginning. 2 questions. Annette had 2 questions that were never answered. And we're hoping that when we come back again tomorrow at 7 p.m., we can then start off with our next question, and we will go through all 15 questions that were not answered today before we then start off on tomorrow's conversation. So thank you very much for being part of us this evening. It was really a nice and engaging conversation, and we hope you do make the time to be able to join us again next time. Thank you. I'll pass on to Big Mac.
Thank you, Asameme. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to close the space. I want to thank every obedience that we